Hey, what's up traders? Welcome to the COT analysis and the commitment of traders view for the next week, what I have seen on the charts, what I'm expecting, and we will simply look to the couple pairs and my trading plan. So let's start as usually with the dollar index. Dollar index is, in my opinion, very bullish, right? So we don't see that only on the price action, but as well in the COT data. So where we are right now, we can see that here we got this previous month high, and I think that dollar index is easily going in there, right? So what was happening in this week and what the COT data has been doing. So let me zoom it a little bit more back, and we can see that basically the dollar index has created this latest high, and then it dropped back down into this daily demand zone, or the order block, if you will. Since then it has moved higher, then it has been ranging for a whole week in here. It was quite tricky, right? Then false break up, then drop down below this liquidity and into this order block, retested this monthly open, and now when the traders are trapped into the shorts, price is going higher, right? So right now we will look to the COT data, and what we can see in here, let me zoom it for you so you can see that a little bit better. So we can see here that basically the banks, they had quite a high longs, then they closed some, and right now they don't have too much longs, but they have been closing shorts in the past 2 weeks, right? So let me show you on the chart, where is it, here where I got this my indicator in the trading view. It's actually showing where was this data released, right? That's the time when the data are released. So by just looking at this COT data, it could be slightly confusing, but if we put it into the context, we can easily understand, I mean not easily, but we better understand what is going on in here, right? So in here, which was 27th of the September, which is this one, they still had these 47k longs, right? And then the price dropped, they reported 44, but with this down move on this report, you can see that the banks or these large speculators, they reduced their shorts, right? Since then the price moved up here, and here we got another report. So in this report we can see that they even more reduced the shorts in this move, and they slightly added some a little bit longs, right? So what actually they always trying to do, they always trying to hide their intention as long as possible. So right now the data basically has been released in here, and we don't know exactly the data for this, but we can guess what was happening in here, right? So if we know that they closed quite a large amount of the shorts down here on this move, and once the price was moving higher, they did not build any shorts, and they are not adding the longs because they didn't want to show it their intention that they want to take a price higher, in my opinion. So what happened then after this report, right? They've been arranging, they sucked some people into the longs, and those people mostly pushed the stop losses below this liquidity, right? So once they manipulate the price down on this CPI report latest, these people who entered long in here, they have to sell here, right? So they actually created this trick to create more liquidity. So the more sell happen in here. So if sell from one side happen in here, the large speculators can fill their orders so they can buy, and right now they're taking price higher, right? So where we would go, this high already has taken this high, right? But you see, so it's taken out, right? So those who entered breakout in here, they've been stopped out then later in here, right? So still this is quite relative equal highs, and I believe that even that as the price start to move like this was very attractive for many people to enter the short, right? Because this is quite a nice reversal formation. When you have accumulation, you know, then you have the manipulation and then the breakout. It's mostly, you know, something like it's continue, but not in this context, because we can see that they are bullish, right? And in my opinion, in the next week, the price will be going to take out the previous week high, and maybe we will see a previous month high to be taken out as well, right? So where the price could go next? Next is this gap, which is, well, I can show you. Which is actually the gap here on this weekly, and it's here, right? So I think that this gap could be visited, and even this high maybe in the long term, you know, but as you can see, the volatility on the current Forex market, it doesn't have to take so long. So let's see. For us, what does it mean for us? Let me bring it to the 20 minutes. So what I will be looking for, what I will be doing is, sorry, I didn't want to move this one. I will be only looking to the long trades after some liquidity zone or some range low will be taken out, right? So I am not a good trader who trades. I'm not good in the trend following market, right? So I mean, I'm not able to enter here. This is simply not what fits to my personality, or how I would say, right? So here we have this retest, the price is going higher, right? And right now what I will be doing, I will definitely not, even I'm bullish, that doesn't mean that on the Monday I will open the long, you know, and that the price will go like this. And even though I'm not trading the dollar, but if the dollar is bullish, that means the opposite doing on the euro, right? So I'm watching the dollar. I want to see it to create some, you know, maybe some Monday range, and then when we have some previous days lows, previous days highs, I would like to be looking for the previous days low being taken out, then break of the structure, retests, you know, and continuation up. That would be for me signal on the euro, pound, Aussie, and the CAD to enter the trades, right? Exactly this I have described in my Discord, which is my invitation for you into there, where is all these things described, like what I'm looking for, and here is actually what I have described it right now, right? So we have some liquidity zone, which I am looking for mostly, previous daily low, which I want to see to be violated. Then I want to see the break, pull back at least 50%, and then I'm looking for the point of interest, the levels, which is could be order block, demand zone, fair value gap, right, or the optimal entry. So all of these is described in here in the Discord. It's of course all free, as well the risk management, you know, the times when to trade. I have added some trade journal, and as well for the educational purposes, I'm of course adding my trades, which I'm taking, or even if I miss the trade, I simply, you know, place it as it should be. So here is some example where we have the previous day's low to be taken out, right? So then the price range, then we have break of the structure. Here was the gap on the lower time frame, because this is 2 minutes on the 1 minute. Then we're looking for the pullback in here with the stop loss down here, and then 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? And this is what I'm looking for actually. And here we have the similar case on the Aussie, and here actually I have highlighted a couple of things. So we have previous day's low being taken out, right? Then we have the range break, pull back into the gap, stop loss below it, and target up here, right? Even though this is a counter trend, counter long-term trade, it's working. And here is highlighted actually the dollar index, because with this we must be watching the dollar index as well. So in here the confluence is the dollar index has broke previous day's high, then we have this last bearish candle which created this high being taken out, so it's a break of the structure. Then we have a pullback 50% into the gap or in this case would be supply zone order block, and here would be our signal that the price is reversing, so we can enter on the other pairs. That's my strategy, and it's a bit different that what I was trading in the past. It's not a swing trading anymore, but always I need to know where we could go. So in my opinion, dollar is bullish, and we'll be looking for my setups. I will be trading both sides if the confluences will give me the setups, but mainly I want to focus with the trend direction, right? So right now we are looking to the euro. Very similar case. It's actually opposite of the dollar index. So what was happening in here? Let me bring it like this, right? So we have the price reacted here. There was actually some order block on the left side, but I don't have it here on this one. But what is important is that the price has actually made a pullback back down into the back up into the level where was the accumulation. Okay, sorry. Where was the accumulation of this power to break through all these lows and start this movement, right? So then the price has moved higher, right? We can see the reaction in here. Then price is dropping, and then we have these two lows removed, which actually is creating another level in here, right? So now what we got in here? So price has came back into the as well monthly open price, and as well into this zone which take out these two lows, right? So here we had this reaction. Now the price it was again, it was quite very tricky, because what was happening here for whole week from Monday, price was ranging, right? And then we had this drop down below this liquidity zone, where people who are bearish, and they are actually right, they short that, right? Because when this happening, it looks like, oh, okay, it's bearish, let's go down, right? So then price going up into their stop loss zone, right? Again, then this looks like really nice, you know, reversal formation, right? So we have actually the accumulation, manipulation, and then price going higher. Yes, good, but in the context it's bearish, and the price continues lower. So how we know it's bearish as well? Let's look to the COT data, right? All right, the banks does not have so big short positions as they have in the past, and even though this looks slightly bullish, I would say 55% is not bullish for me yet, right? It has to be over 60%, and there has to be confluence on the chart, like some proper daily break, right? And holding above the daily levels. So let's decode the data. So we got in here, we can see this is a 10th, the previous week, right? So they had 199. And this week they reported 196 longs, right? Not big change. However, what happened with the shorts? They basically added shorts, right? So we can see they have added shorts. And what then happened on here? Well, most likely the people who bought here, who sold here, they actually who entered short in here, they had to sell in here, right? So they actually, that's the opposite. So they engineered the liquidity, and I believe that they've been filling more shorts in here for price to continue lower. And as well, if we look these longs positions, which has been here on the bottom, which gave us a bit view that it could be bullish. These long positions basically being added just to bring the price up. Right now it's going down, and so what's the plan for the next week? Where the price is going? Look at this relative equal lows, right? So that's definitely will be a level where those who entered the breakout in here, those who been expecting the price to continue higher, they will here will be a lot of stop losses, right? So most likely price will come down here. That would be perfect if we get some pullbacks in here, or even though it would be perfect if these previous week's high, previous days high would be taken out, and then the price start to move lower. But in my opinion, it's not gonna happen. I think it will not give a chance to enter again. So yeah, what I will be doing again, I will be waiting for some range to be established, and then looking for the liquidity zones to be taken out, and then shorts. And most likely I would like to form this and be entering this on the only previous days lows and highs, because yeah, here will be maybe, you know, some stop losses. Once the price break this, the people will start to short, right? So those who will short, they might put stop losses here and maybe some in here, right? However, it's still internal liquidity, and what I like to, and how I feel much better, is trading the external liquidity, which is the previous days lows, highs. That's my best level. So we will see what the next week will bring on the euro, but I am bearish, and I believe that we will reach this previous week's low, and even this order block, which is here, right? Here we might get some pullback, and then we will most likely go lower again. So let's see. Next one is pound. Very similar case. I will take it just quickly in here. So what we got? We got the price has been dropping in here, then it moved higher, right? So what we see in the COT positions, we can see that yes, we can see slight longs added, but where is it? Here on this bottom. So the banks reported these longs here on the bottom, and they took the price up, right? Where was the price? Obviously above these liquidity zones. So they had someone who entered long this breakout, someone who bought these longs, right? So they most likely have sell it. In my opinion, the Great Britain is really fucked, and I think something is going to happen here on the pound. So where the price reacted in here, you can see here is actually here is actually a daily order block where we had this accumulation for this move that take out these lows, and the price continued lower, right? So it has came nicely exactly into this level. It took out this liquidity, right? Then price started to drop. Here we have the break, right? And where the price came back to the level that broke through all of these, right? So in my opinion, we will see continuation down, right? So here the price dropped lower, it filled this gap, right now on this. Yes, we now got these two equal highs. If the price comes up in here and start to break, then it would be perfect short, right? We will see if that happens. I don't like to predict, but I'm aware it can happen, right? So waiting on my levels. Next one is Aussie. Aussie, in my opinion, is very bearish. Actually, I was trying to take a long trade last week, and did end up break even, and I had as well the trade on the USDCAD as well, the break even, then it went up, but anyway, so what's going on in here? Price has reacted on the daily order block. Right now it has moved higher, and has left these two equal highs, right? So nice liquidity zone. But what is going on with the positions? We can see that the positions are very bearish, right? So we can see from the 38k to the 29, right? Yes, shorts has been reduced, but still it's slightly bearish, and I think we might see some bigger bounce, but it all will depends on the dollar index, right? So we can see last 3 weeks, last 5 weeks, which is from one is there, one, boom, boom, you know, and they still closing the longs positions, right? So in my opinion, if anyone wants to take this up, they will be looking to buy somewhere slightly lower, right? So this, what is happening in here, this could be because you know, I believe, you know, this is pin bar on the higher time frame, and I believe many people has entered here, and here will be the liquidity, right? So where the price will go into this order block? Yes, it will of course go in to this order block, but where exactly we can do maybe some we can maybe try some projection how far it can go from this let me bring it here. So here we have this consolidation, and if we plot this in here, we could get a potential projection how far the price could go, right? So in my opinion, we will most likely see a drop below these lows and then even lower in here, right? So 0.606, this nice evil number, I think it can go lower. So if it retraces back down, back up into this level, that would be maybe nice selling opportunity, right? So maybe taking out this low, then pull back, maybe we will see, you know, cannot predict, we'll be just waiting. My plan is to sell any rally, right? So if the price will rally, I will be looking for the shorts. I will of course be trying to take a long, because the one pattern which repeats a lot is if the previous week low is broken, and then if we got let me draw it for you. So if we got the previous week low broken, then the price start to retrace, and here we has a previous day's low, which could be a Monday low, and then on the Tuesday it breaks again, and we start to get something like this. Then we mostly get some corrective move, right? And this is what I like to trade, even the counter trend, but not trying to predict any big targets, right? What I can do in here is only to take a trade with let's say, not let's say, that's what I do with 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, right? So that will be something like this, but of course on the lower time frame, because this is a 60-minute, that's just a projection of what I do. But as said, it's all described in here in this my Discord. So come there, my friends, and discuss with us. And last one is a USDCAD, and USDCAD is, in my opinion, very bullish. We can see that on the COT data. This is pretty straightforward. So what we can see in here, price has broke through the previous month high, then it dropped back down into this order block, right? Then again, price moving higher, again, just dipped a little bit into the liquidity zone, right? But still the order block is holding. We get just the more fills, and price is going higher. Now look at this. We have what's happening with the longs positions in here. This is very bullish, right? So look what's happening with the longs. 35, 39, 35, 45, 51, 57, 58, right? So we have here, they still adding the longs positions. And as well, what happening with the shorts, 58, 57, 32, right? So they reduced the shorts a lot, right? So if what we can see in here, from a minus 24 to plus 25 is a change, plus 50k contracts in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. So in the last 2 months, these growth a lot, right? So it's in my opinion very bullish. And if we get some pullback into these lows, that would be a big long, right? Unfortunately, I missed it last week, and yeah, I think we definitely going higher. So where we can go from here again, you know, if we measure our this, so in my opinion, this is a possible. Don't know if this will hold, or you know, if it will drop slower. You know, it depends on the price action on the lower time frames, right? Here, if we get the break of this one, you know, then maybe right, so if we get a break of these highs, you know, then maybe some pullback, and then again, very possible. So I will of course be trading as per my strategy on the lower time frame. I will be looking for the longs and even the shorts. So here again, if happens that my situation, that the previous week's high will be broken, then we have that day high, and that day will be broken again, and then we got you know, everything as per my strategy. Then I will be looking for the short-term short, right? Then if we get this break and we will have some pullback, you know, and let's say here will be some order block created which caused all this move, and the price start to drop lower in here, then in this level, if here will be some low, there will be some liquidity, you know, then in this level we got a break and then pullback, and so here I will be looking for the long entry, but this one I would like to try to hold a bit longer. All right, my friends, so after some time I did a video. I decided that I will be doing them again as before, because you know, taking the rest and doing my preparation while the markets are closed, it's actually the best thing. So right now what I'm going to do, I will be doing some backtesting of my strategy. I will basically go through the past week, and I will try to think how the trades should be, even the trades which I did not take, how they could be, and you know, just to practice my eyes and try to be better in my strategy. So as well, what I'm actually now watching is only these 4 pairs, right? I have reduced everything, and I am going to focus only to these 4 pairs. So Aussie, Euro, Pound, and Canadian dollar. Sometimes I look to the cross pairs, but to be honest, it's only distraction, and you don't need too much pairs to make your profits, because as I explain here in the risk management, what we basically need is this, because if you look at this and you can get daily target 1 to 3 risk 3R, let's say, right? So if we're risking 0.5% and we get 3R per 1 trade, then we can make 1.5% a day, right? There of course will not be a trade every day, but in the week, if we have the target 6 rewards and our risk is 0.5% per trade, that means that if we make 6, then it would be a 3% per week. If we then once you get better with the strategy, you can risk 1% per trade, then it would be 6% per week. And for this to reach it, you actually need only 2 trades. Only 2 trades. And in the month, as a monthly target, as a 20 rewards by taking a risk 0.5%, that means that you need to take in approximately 2 good trades per week, which is 8 trades per month. You can make 10%, right? If you better, you can be making a 20% and even more and more. But I show you in here in these trade examples, this is all what you need. This is actually this euro which happened after the news. It's difficult to trade after the news because there is a lot of things going on and a lot of things which can distract you. But look at this in here, right? I will explain. So here we had this previous day's low. That's what I'm looking for. That's a best way to look for the liquidity, right? Then we had this previous day's low. Once this price drop lower, I will take it to the 1 minute. Then we have this high is the latest high which created this latest low, right? Now we have the break of this high. Then we are looking for the 50% pullback at least, because we don't want to enter higher than that. So here it is. Here is a 50%, so below, not in that gray area, but in that blue area, we are looking for our entry from the gap or the block or the Fibo, right? Of course, now I can draw the order block, right, to make it like a perfect, but you will not always have a perfect entries, because sometimes you can draw the order block in here, you know, like this, and you see you would not be filled because the spread, you will not be filled. So basically I'm looking for the entry. Let me zoom it here so we can see it better. So basically I am looking for the entry below this 50%, right? And we have this gap here and this order block. The order block is obviously not the latest candle, but both these two. These both candles are order block, because here was the accumulation, right? I mean, here was the buying. When the price dropping, then the large speculators are buying. So what I had to do is to place my entry in here. Then I place the stop loss all the way down below, just, you know, like, I don't want to give any room, because if the price reach this low, then it means I'm wrong. So I'm just put it like this, right? And then I'm looking for the 1, 2, 3 risk reward. So that means I need this, and that's it, right? That's it. So it's here. As well, the entry always has to be in the kill zones, right? So of course, ICT kill zone. So it has to be during the 2 o'clock or the 5 o'clock of the New York time, or the, of course, New York time, London kill zone, or the 7 to 10 a.m. New York kill zone, right? So what was the time in here? 9 o'clock, right? So the kill zone actually was until the 10 a.m. Perfect. So I still had the time, and in this time we had a volatility. So that's what happened, right? And there was a trade as well, same case on the Aussie. This one I was actually already showing. So if you look at it just quickly, it's here. Right, so we had the previous day's low, broken, was here, previous day's low violated, then the price started to do what? Started to do break of the previous high. We can of course use these highs or these close. Close are better, and if the whole body close above it, it's even better, right? This has to be in confluence with the dollar index, right? So then we're looking for the pullback into the gap, right? So it could be already in here, and our entry would be here with the stop loss here. 1 2 3 risk reward. You see? Then of course you can be thinking, oh, okay, I can be taking I could be taking much more, you know, you could have a 1 to 6. Yes, there is a traders who make this money, but I don't suggest anyone to start with this, because this is a counter trend trade. So if is it counter trend, take just 1 to 3 risk reward, and that's it. Of course, in my group we have the guy who is a killer. He can enter like really like this, and he never put the stop loss even below it, because he understands markets very well, and he takes, you know, like 1 to 10 or something like that, even more. That's we have such a guy in there, and it's very good because you can learn a lot from him. But I don't suggest to do this, any beginners. Once you get better, you will definitely get here as well. That's what I'm aiming to. But right now, I am happy with this, and I'm happy with reaching my goal, 3 to 6 hour, 3 hour per day, 6 hour per week. And this, once we are able to do this consistently, then everything will be perfect. And it's just actually the simple strategy. As well, what you can find here in this my Discord is that I actually have these alarms. So if you're trading this my strategy, which is here described in here, you can see I have the alarms in here, and every time when some level is reached, some liquidity zone is reached, the alarm comes in here. So you actually only turn on the notifications, and you will receive the alarm every time when this is when some level is reached and when some possible trade is coming. So yeah, and this is it. As well, what I want to show you here is actually soon, I hope next week, my algo will be out, so it's all described in here as well. I'm only waiting for my coder to create a MT5 version, and yeah, and it's actually performing quite well. So this here is actually the trades we had the algo created the past week. That is actually crazy, right? This one and this one, commodity pairs, only commodity pairs. That's the way I'm looking for to have automated trading. All right, my friends, I wish you this was quite long. Okay, I wish you have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.